When we think of Thomas Edison, we immediately think of the light bulb, right? Or maybe the phonograph. But today, we're going to go deeper. We're going to deconstruct the powerful mindset behind the man who made them real. A mindset that honestly can genuinely change your life. And it all starts with a simple daily mission. Okay, so I want you to imagine something. Imagine you wake up every single morning with just one mission, one single focus in your mind. And it's not a mission for fame, it's not for applause, it's for something the world can't even see yet.
And this is the one thought that drives you. Today, I will get one step closer. That's it. Simple, powerful, and absolutely relentless. This, right here, was the world of Thomas Alva Edison.
To really get this, let's just paint a picture. Imagine a small, dimly lit room. There's a wooden table, and it is just covered with wires, little shards of broken glass, and countless blackened, burned-out filaments. I mean, every single one of those things represents a failed attempt, a piece of a broken dream. And right there, in the middle of all that failure, stands a man. He's tired, he's overworked, he's underappreciated, but you look at his eyes, and they are just burning with a fire that has outlasted every single piece of broken glass in that room. So, the big question is, how did he do it? How did he keep going? Well, it all starts with a radical reframing of one single concept. For Edison, failure wasn't the enemy. No, it was his guide. I mean, you gotta remember, Edison was not born into a world that expected him to succeed. His teachers actually called him slow and difficult. His first inventions, they were commercial flops. He disappointed investors, and you can bet plenty of people told him he should just quit. Success was never a guarantee. Which brings us to this number. 10,000. That's the estimated number of times Edison failed while trying to get the light bulb to work. Just think about that for a second. The sheer scale of it. Most of us would quit after 10, maybe 20 attempts. He pushed past 10,000. But here's the magic trick. Here's how he saw it. And this is absolutely crucial. He famously said, "I have not failed. I have simply found 10,000 ways that do not work." See the difference? He didn't see disaster. He saw progress. He saw data. So the Edison definition of failure is basically this. It is not a wall that stops you in your tracks. It's a guide. Each failure just eliminates a wrong path, which, by definition, makes the right path just a little bit clearer. It's a tool for navigation. Okay, so reframing failure is huge, but it's only half the battle, right? You still need something to actually push you through those 10,000 attempts. And that brings us to the engine of his success. Edison laid out the formula perfectly with this one quote. He understood that genius isn't some magical bolt of lightning from the sky. No way. It's overwhelmingly about the work, the sweat, the relentless effort, the perspiration. The inspiration part, that's just the tiny spark that gets the whole thing started. And the core of that engine wasn't motivation, it was discipline. Think about it. Motivation is that temporary spark that relies on how you're feeling. But discipline, that's the steady fire. It drives consistent action, regardless of your mood. Edison didn't wait around to feel inspired. He just went to the lab. He also knew he couldn't do it alone. The people you surround yourself with will either elevate you or drain you. Edison built a team of thinkers and engineers who were willing to work at midnight and start all over again at sunrise. Your environment is a huge part of your engine. So, we've covered the mindset, but how do you actually apply all this? Well, that's our next section, the action blueprint, drawn directly from Edison's methods. Okay, let's break this down. First, create experiments, not excuses. Just try things. Second, track your failures as data. Each one teaches you something. Third, develop a long-term obsession. Think of your dream as a life mission, not a 30-day challenge. Fourth, and this is a big one, protect your energy. Remove people who drain you. Fifth, act without motivation, relying on discipline instead. And finally, celebrate the small steps of progress. Remember, the light bulb wasn't one giant leap, it was a mountain of tiny improvements. Following this blueprint leads to incredible creations, obviously. But the light bulb wasn't actually Edison's greatest invention. And that brings us to the climax of this story, the final invention. So here it is, the central point of all of this. The most powerful thing Thomas Edison ever created wasn't a device. It was a new version of himself, a mind shaped by discipline, a spirit forged by persistence, and a life built by refusing to accept limits. He invented the inventor. Now, let's go back to where we started. Back to that dim workshop filled with all the evidence of failure. But this time, 10,000 attempts are in the past. Attempt number 10,001 is sitting there waiting.
After all that struggle, all those nights sleeping on the lab floor, he had just one final, tiny detail. He takes a breath, and he tries once more.
And for the very first time, a warm, beautiful, steady light fills the darkness. The room lights up. And this wasn't just any light. This was a light born from 1,000 nights of pure exhaustion. A light born from a relentless, purposeful obsession. A light born from simply refusing to quit when anyone else would have. Edison's story proves that the world remembers those who turn failure into innovation. So now the question isn't about him anymore. It's about you. The world is waiting for the light that only you can create. So, what light will you create?